Check it. Alright, what up y'all? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at AMC and GME and SPY, our favorite meme stocks in the overall stock market. We're looking at 10 signs of a short squeeze and how many signs AMC has. Also, we're going to revisit the Volkswagen short squeeze, showing you why you need to have conviction and hold, because Volkswagen dropped to new lows before pumping. We're also going to show why AMC's price dumping to the downside isn't necessarily a bad thing. The bears need to go away with all that nonsense. Guys, you want to stay focused on the charts and stay focused on the data. If you can understand psychology and understand humans, you can understand stocks, because humans trade stocks. You don't want to miss a second of this video. It is cram-packed full of straight facts that you need to hear. So without wasting a second more, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. All right, what up, y'all? You are back for another update with Data Zero. In this video, we're going to look at AMC and GME, our two favorite meme stocks. We're also going to look at SPY as well, because a major crash is coming, guys. You do not want to miss a second of this update. It's going to be packed with information that you need to know about these two meme stocks. We're also going to briefly look at the Volkswagen short squeeze as well. Guys, we're also going to look at signs of a short squeeze, which AMC has many signs of a short squeeze as of now. So we're going to go ahead and hop in the charts and see what is going on. So let's first thing cover SPY. SPY is going to set a major bull trap. Now, I did predict in my morning update that SPY would come up or dump exactly as it did. So basically, in the morning update, I told you guys that SPY is going to pull back as soon as market opens, come back down to this 419 area. That's exactly what I said in my short update. Go ahead and run it back to see for yourself. Check the receipts, and this is exactly what happened. So I predicted SPY exactly on point. You could have bought calls, puts, whatever, not financial advice, and made some money if you went and checked out that update that I dropped this morning. Now, as you guys can see, SPY is getting that bounce at that 419 region where I said it would find support. And I do think SPY is going to have a little bit more pullback and then bounce up to the 425, 430 region and set a major pullback. I do think the SPY is going to have a little bit of pullback or consolidate along this 420 region and then start pushing to the upside, breaking this local high of 422.99 and going all the way to 425, possibly 430, 435 before pulling back and setting a major bull trap. I'm looking for the SPY to come all the way up to this top resistance here. As time goes on, it goes up higher and higher, so it could be all the way up to about 440 before setting that major bull trap and pushing to the downside. Now, why do I think that? Because the market psychology and the fundamentals are all saying that the market is going to crash. If you go ahead and zoom out of the chart, you guys can see that we had a major bull run for the SPY. And if you go ahead and take the psychology chart and overlay it over the SPY, you guys will see that we are in the complacency stage. We had an optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria rally. As you guys can see, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, rally. Then we drop to the downside, and this is the complacency stage. Everyone thinks we need to cool off before the next rally. That's the definition of complacency. But what's really going to happen? The market's going to shake everyone out, and we are going to dump to the downside. Also, we have the technicals of this bear flag showing that we are also going to dump to the downside. So the technicals, the fundamentals, and psychology are all saying more downside is coming for SPY. Now, I think AMC and GME are going to decouple from SPY. I've already showed you guys how the psychology is different, how this was the complacency stage. We already dropped down in the anger depression, and we are starting the disbelief rally for AMC and GME. Now, speaking of GME, GME did also exactly what I said it would do in my morning prediction, breaking that high of the local high of 24.26 and is now sitting right below that. If we can break above that, and I'll get at this in a second, but if we can break above that, things are going to get absolutely crazy for GME, and I'm going to get at that in just a second. Let's go ahead and talk about AMC, because we are going to see downside in the SPY, and I do think they are going to decouple. Now, why do I think that? Because if we go ahead and look at the Volkswagen short squeeze, and before I hop into this, just keep your mindset train of thought, guys. Look at what happened before Volkswagen squeezed. It absolutely dumped to the downside. How many people you think sold during this dump? That is not going to be me. And I know people that are personally selling their shares after holding for a year and a half. they are selling. So if you think people are not capitulating, they are. Do not get shaken out, because what will happen next is a massive pump to the upside. Guys, the short squeeze is coming whether you believe it or not, and I cannot help you any other way unless you believe in the fundamentals, because AMC is at 52-week lows or near 52-week lows, and there is no excuse why anyone couldn't have like an $8, $9, $10 average by averaging down at these absolute bottoms. If you believe in the squeeze, and buy at the bottom at the point of maximum opportunity to make the most money. As you guys can see, the point of maximum opportunity, buy throughout the fear while other people are bearish. Buy, you can make the most money. As you guys can see, AMC is at the absolute bottoms. Guys, this is the low. We are near 52-week lows. And speaking of 52-week lows, that happens to be a sign of a short squeeze. As you guys can see, trading near 52-week lows is a sign of a short squeeze. If we go ahead and look on these charts, we can see 10 signs of a short squeeze, trading near 52-week lows. And also, if we go ahead and look at another one, we have short interest is also above 20%, and we have the RSI trading around 30. So it's supposed to be below 30. We are currently approaching that range. If you go ahead and look at the daily time frame, we have RSI sitting at 35. So if we get a little bit further down, RSI will be in that 30 range and trading below 30. Again, another sign that a major short squeeze is coming. I'm telling you guys, all of the indications are pointing that a short squeeze is coming. You can go ahead and see for yourself. Go ahead and read this. These are all things that AMC and GME both have. Also, if you go ahead and look at 10 signs of a short squeeze, major upcoming catalysts, we have cost to borrow going up and down, sudden drop in cost to borrow, and cost to borrow keep going higher. We both have short volume and high short interest. We have your stock is trading near 52-week lows, which is also bullish. You need to buy at the bottom so you can make the most money. Again, a massive short squeeze is coming. We can see that sellers are getting exhausted as well, and we're going to get in the micro in a second, but as you guys can see, the sellers are getting exhausted. Volume is in an overall downtrend. Sellers are getting exhausted. Bollinger Bands are constricting. Everything is saying this thing is going to short squeeze. You just have to be patient and wait and focus on the data. Don't listen to the noise, because people are bearish, people are selling, and they are giving up, and they are selling right before the massive pump to the upside. Now, back to what I was saying about SPY decoupling from AMC and GME, and also this thing about when Volkswagen squeezed. So Volkswagen squeezed in October 2008. So Volkswagen squeezed right in the middle of a massive short squeeze. If we go ahead and check it out, you guys will see that Volkswagen squeezed in the middle of a massive short or massive dump to the downside. October was when Volkswagen squeezed. If we go ahead and look, October 2008 is when Volkswagen squeezed. So if we go ahead and look at the stock market, when did it have the most downside? October 2008. So when the market capitulated most, that's when Volkswagen squeezed. Now, I do think the same thing is going to be happening with the SPY and AMC. I do think the SPY is going to be setting this major bull trap, dumping to the downside, and GME and AMC are going to be moving to the upside. This is going to be our 2008 Volkswagen squeeze. And do not get shaken out like everyone else before the pump to the upside. You guys saw the charts. People were getting shooken out before this thing popped to the upside. If we go ahead and look at the charts itself, you guys will see that there was a major dump to new lows. And again, trading near 52-week lows is a sign of a short squeeze. We need to see actually price go to the downside before we see that pump to the upside. So I think that's where everyone's confused. The price is going to dump down before pumping up, and that is exactly what we're seeing on AMC right now. We're seeing price absolutely capitulate and push to the upside. Also, I keep telling you guys over and over and over again, GME is going to run first. GME is going to run first. It needs to break the sloping macro resistance at about $25. So once GME breaks above and holds $25, you know it's going to be on and popping. So things we want to look for is GME breaking above $25, $25.50, holding that support and then moving to the upside. Also, we're going to see AMC dump down. It could dump down to new lows. Who knows? It could even fill this gap. I don't think it's going that low. I'm going to get into the micro in a second and give you guys a day-to-day prediction. But If it did, don't get shooken out because it's going to run to the upside. Stocks need to trade near 52-week lows. RSI needs to be below 30 to see the short squeeze. To have the ingredients to bake a short squeeze cake, we need to dump to the downside before pumping to the upside. And I think so many people are forgetting that. And so many people get shaken out before that pump to the upside. As you guys can see, how many people you think sold? How many people you think sold and got shooken out before that run up? I don't even want to know. So let's go ahead and look at the charts on the micro and the smaller time frames and let you guys know what is going on. So, and then we're also going to look at GME as well, and then the fundamental data for both. So as you guys can see, AMC needs to break above and hold this sloping resistance, this micro sloping resistance of this falling wedge. So you guys need to stay tuned because it keeps going lower and lower and lower as the day goes. But basically the price point right now is $4.65. So we need to break above and retest $4.65 and then push to the upside. You guys can see in the morning we were very, very bullish. We had that false break to the upside. We came back down for the retest, but we did not hold it as support. So we did crash down to this $4.50 level. Now, there is a bearish scenario that we could be coming a little bit lower if we do not go ahead and bounce above this and use it as support. We're going to get rejected, push down to about 460 or 450, 445, maybe even 430. In those ranges, as you guys can see right here's the price on the side as it goes down and down and down. If we get rejected, we will see that and then get pushed down. So we need to break above this micro sloping resistance to continue this bounce to the upside. I do think the bounce is going to come again. Like I said in my other videos, is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be the next day? You guys just need to hold on. Now, if we go ahead and look at how many shares they have available to borrow, they used a massive amount of shares available to borrow right in the beginning of the day. And you guys have to realize that they are playing with your mind when they do these things. Do not let them get in your head, man. I can see it in the comments. People's sentiment goes crazy when they see this stuff. And you guys let this stuff happen to you. So basically, we ran up and they got everyone really excited in the morning, and then they used their short shares. And if you go ahead and look, you can actually see they used their short shares right in the morning, 7 hours ago. You guys can see right in the morning they used their short shares and started dumping their shares to push AMC down. What that does is set the tone for the day. It gets everyone really hyped up, and then it really just makes them crash down hard because they're like, oh man, we were bullish, and then they hit you in the gut with that punch when they see AMC dump. But guys, AMC didn't even dump that low. Like, we dumped it down about 2% and then got a bounce. Like, this is very, very bullish. Sellers are exhausted. They're having a hard time pushing us down much lower. You can see that RSI is oversold. So our AMC is oversold. It's getting oversold in the daily time frame. Again, if we get near that 30 RSI or below, we can see that push to the upside, just like Bed Bath & Beyond did. It traded down these low ranges. As you guys can see, RSI was at 30 or below, and then it started to push to the upside before squeezing to the upside. I do think BBY is going to see more upside as well. You can also see that GME did the same thing, where RSI was down below 30 and then started running to the upside. I do believe this was the official start for the squeeze of GME. Now, things are not going crazy yet, but GME, yes, is starting to squeeze, and I'll get into the micro of that in a second. But guys, do not let them shake you. Do not let them pull these moves. Just look at the data and see what they're doing. You can see that they let it run up. Then you can go ahead and check the short shares for yourself and be like, oh man, they are dumping it down. Well, now you know what's going on. So all you have to do is, when they make you mad, is what I do personally. I buy more, because you cannot, if you believe that this thing is going to squeeze, if you truly believe this is going to squeeze and make more money, how are you not buying near 52-week lows? Like, it makes no sense at all. Not financial advice. That's why I don't understand why people complain about high averages and stuff like that, because you had like a year and a half of like sub-$8, sub-$6 prices that you could have been accumulating and moving to the upside. Buying at the point of maximum opportunity. Again, buying at the bottom while other people are fearful. You need to be greedy. And right now, people are bearish and fearful, so you need to be greedy. When people are bullish, like stocks on NVIDIA, that's overbought. That's when you need to be fearful and know that those stocks are going to come crashing down. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You have to look at the psychology, because everybody trades stocks. Everyone that trades stocks is a human. And all humans trade stocks. So if you understand humans and human psychology, you can understand the stock market. All you need on top of that is technicals and then a little bit of fundamentals, and you are good to go. Trust me on that. So Again, on the micro on AMC, we need to get that bounce. To get that bounce, we need to break above $4.60, come back down, retest it, use it as support. So we're looking for that tomorrow. If not, we're going to get rejected and pushed down for more downside. But guys, don't worry. More downside means more potential of a short squeeze. What did Volkswagen do before it pushed to all-time highs? It dumped to a new low. And as you guys can see, this part is marked of the short squeeze, and I'm sure RSI went below 30 and it traded near 52-week lows before that short squeeze as well. So again, price dropping down is not a bad thing. Bollinger Bands constricting, all of these things, the macro that I tell you guys all about, breaking out of this falling wedge, this 2-year falling wedge, having no sloping resistance over our head, Bollinger Bands getting tight, green weekly MACD, all of these things are pointing to a massive short squeeze. Short interest is above 20%. Cost to borrow is having sudden rises and sudden drops. Again, more signs of a short squeeze. I pointed 10 signs of a short squeeze. Sudden drop of cost to borrow, sudden raise in cost to borrow is all are part of those signs. Also, we have strange in the money call option behavior. We have all of these things. A short squeeze is coming. You just have to hold on and believe, as crazy as it sounds. Now, also, if we go ahead and look at failure to delivers, you can see that failure to delivers are racking up. We are waiting for the price action to catch up from these failure to delivers. You can see that every time failure to delivers built up, we've seen price start to move. Here was another build up. We've seen price start to move. We have the biggest build up of failure to delivers ever. Price is going to have the biggest move ever. You can see that AMC fear and greed is in fear. Again, historic time to buy AMC based off of fear and greed. When you understand the psychology of stocks or people, you can understand stocks. You need to do the opposite of the herd. Buy when other people are fearful. Be fearful when other people are greedy. Stocks like Nvidia, you want to stay away from. Stocks near 52-week lows, you want to buy up AMC. Now, let's go ahead and look at GME on the micro and then wrap up this video. So again, GME did exactly what I said in my morning prediction. Basically just taking off as soon as the day started and pushing all the way up past the local high of $4.32. As you guys can see, $4.35 or $24.35. Now that we are above that and holding it as support, this is very, very bullish to make the next move to break that sloping macro resistance. All we need to do is push up a little bit higher, and this could happen as early as tomorrow. So what I'm expecting and what we need to see are only one or two things are going to happen. Either GME is going to push up through this thing and just blast off, or it's going to come up and hit its head. Let's go ahead and draw a polyline so you guys can visually see. It's going to come up and hit its head and get rejected hard, come back down to about 423, maybe a little bit lower, find support, and then make another retest to push above it and go through. Now, I'm thinking it might need the catalyst of earnings before it pushes to the upside, but it might not need that. Earnings is coming up shortly. I don't know off the top of my head when GME earnings is. I know it is sometime next month. I think it may be the 1st or the 2nd of next month. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But also, we do have to look at the RSI. RSI is getting to the overbought territory, so it might need to cool down just a little bit more before we see that push to the upside. So basically, even if GME just consolidated at this range, that would be really, really perfect. Even if GME went back down to like $21 and then got a bounce, it would be really, really perfect. But overall, I'm extremely, extremely bullish on GME. If you go ahead and look at the super trend, you guys can see this is nothing but buy signals, daily buy signal. Once that translates to the weekly time frame. Last time we had the weekly time frame buy signal, we had this run up here. Obviously, you see this false signal right here, but we still had a decent run up from this bottom here to this run up here. But guys, weekly buy signals are extremely, extremely, extremely bullish. Also, if you go ahead and look at the Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame, you can see the Bollinger Bands are constricting on GME. This is setting up for a short squeeze, whether you believe it or not. Not financial advice. This is what I'm looking at. So guys, GME on the micro, again, if it doesn't break above that sloping resistance tomorrow, it's probably going to hit its head and then get pushed back down. I'm really expecting it to probably consolidate maybe for a day or two and then make that push, but I'm waiting for earnings to come out. I think earnings is going to be extremely good for GME. But again, guys, once GME breaks the sloping macro resistance around the price point of $25, $25.50, it is on and popping for the meme stocks. I do believe GME is going to run first, then AMC, and then APE is going to run after AMC. Once AMC starts to run up, APE is going to run after that. BBBY is going to run somewhere in between those, but I do think that is going to start in that order. The Moass short squeeze up all four of these stocks. I do think all four of these stocks are going to see massive gains, and I do think that the stock market is going to see downside, and I think I made that argument and point very, very clear in those videos, showing you guys the difference in how AMC can squeeze during a market crash, because we did see the most amount of capitulation in October. When liquidity dries up and margin calls start to happen, that's when short squeeze come. And as you guys can see, also Volkswagen dropped to new 52-week lows before pushing to the upside and short squeezing. And again, signs of a short squeeze, trading below or near 52-week lows. That's something AMC doing. And if it dropped a little bit lower, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could dump all the way down, like have a flash crash before pumping to the upside. And what if you sold? Like, what if you sold? So me, I'm holding on and I'm buying as this thing goes lower. I'm looking at the technicals. I'm following it every day. I'm tracking it every day. When they dump it down and make me a little bit mad or whatever the case may be, I don't even get mad anymore because I know it's popping off. But when they used to, I just buy more. But now I take advantage of these low prices and average down. And now I have an amazing average waiting for this Moass and making a massively lucrative trade. Guys, also be ready to sell when the time has come. I know a lot of you guys held through the last run up. You are not going to make it through this if you do not take profits. You can always buy back in on this thing, but me personally, I did sell half my, I sell half my shares, 50% of my shares around this region, and then bought back the other 50%, keeping the profits down at this lower range, and then also resetting my dollar cost average. Again, this is how you want to play this stuff, and this is how you do it. You stay focused on the psychology, you stay focused on the technicals, and you stay focused on the fundamentals of the company improving. We have short interest for a short squeeze, we have FTDs for a short squeeze, we have cost of borrow for a short squeeze, we have all of the ingredients trading in your 52-week lows, technicals, everything you could possibly want. Guys, this is happening whether you believe it or not. That is all I have for you in this video. Guys, if you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content, and consider becoming a member. Only $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You get exclusive access to my videos, early access to my videos. You get exclusive idioms and validation as a member. It's only $2.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. Guys, if you found this informative, go ahead and drop a like. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. I am thinking about dropping down the price of the Discord, so if you are interested, just go ahead and hit me up, and we can go ahead and talk about it and make a decision in the private. So go ahead and hit me up about the Discord on Twitter or on YouTube, and I'll try to get back at you. Also, you can become a member here on YouTube if you find this information useful, or you can support me for free simply by dropping a like, making a comment, and hitting subscribe. I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate each and every one of you that watched this video to the end. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.